G'day to hydroponics, a new way to grow your veggies. Right then, let's have a good yarn about something truly fascinating today. It's called hydroponics, a rather clever way to grow your plants it is. You see, instead of mucking about with soil in the garden beds, we grow them directly in water. That's the truth of it, just water. This water isn't just any old tap water, mind you. It's specially mixed, absolutely brimming with all the good stuff, all the nutrients that plants need to grow big and strong. It might sound a bit space-age, like something out of a film, eh? But it's really quite down to earth once you get stuck into it, I assure you. Heaps of folks are trying it, and for very good reasons too. One of the best things about this hydroponics caper is how much water you save. It's quite remarkable, really. In traditional gardening, a lot of water just drains away into the soil, or evaporates on a hot arvo. With hydroponics, the water is recirculated, used again and again by the plants. This means you use far less water overall, which is a massive bonus, especially in drier parts of our beautiful country. Think about it. Lovely, lush plants without constantly worrying about the water bill or drought restrictions. It's a greener way to garden, in more ways than one, and that's something we can all get behind, isn't it? Now another brilliant thing is that you often get fewer pesky pests bothering your plants. Because there's no soil, many of those little critters that live in the dirt and munch on your seedlings just don't have a place to call home. This means you might not need to use as many sprays or any at all, which is wonderful for your veggies and for the environment. Plus, plants in a hydroponic system often grow a fair bit quicker. They get their nutrients delivered right to their roots, like a first-class meal service, so they can put all their energy into growing big and bountiful. It's quite satisfying to see them shoot up so fast. And here's something else to get you keen. You can set up a hydroponic garden almost anywhere. You don't need a massive backyard, or even a small one for that matter. A sunny windowsill, a balcony, a spare corner in your shed, or even indoors under some grow lights, will do the trick nicely. This is fantastic news for those of us living in flats or with limited outdoor space. You can still have the joy of growing your own fresh herbs, leafy greens, or even some juicy tomatoes. It makes gardening accessible to pretty much everyone, which is just beaut, don't you think? It's all about making the most of what you've got. Alright, so you're keen to give this hydroponics a whirl? Good on you. First things first, let's talk about what you'll need. You don't need a ute full of complicated gear to start. For a basic setup, you'll want a container to hold your water. A sturdy plastic tub or even a big bucket will do the job. Then you'll need some net pots. These are little plastic baskets that hold your plants. A small submersible water pump, like one for a fish tank, is essential to move the water around. You'll also need some tubing to connect to the pump, and a growing medium like perlite, coco coir, or clay pebbles. These bits and bobs are your starting point. Next up are the tools. Nothing too fancy here, don't you worry. A drill will be handy for making holes in the lid of your container for the net pots. Make sure you get the right size drill bit to match your pots. A measuring jug will be important when it comes to mixing your nutrient solution later on. A pair of snips or strong scissors might be useful for trimming tubing or plants. And while not strictly a tool for assembly, a pH testing kit will become your good mate down the track to check your water. But for now, just focus on getting the basic structure built. One step at a time, that's the way. Let's get to building then. Take your container, the plastic tub or bucket. If it has a lid, that's ideal. You'll want to carefully measure and mark out where your net pots will sit on the lid. Give them a bit of space so the plants have room to grow. Then, using your drill, carefully make the holes. Pop a net pot in to check the fit. It should sit snugly without falling through. You'll also need a small hole or notch for the pump's power cord and perhaps the return tubing, depending on your chosen system. Take your time with this bit. A good foundation makes all the difference, just like in any garden. Once your container lid is ready, it's time to think about the waterworks. Place your submersible pump at the bottom of the container. Attach one end of your tubing to the pump's outlet. The other end of the tubing will deliver the water to your plants. You might run it up and create a sort of drip system into each net pot, or if you're doing a deep water culture system, the pump simply aerates the water. Make sure the pump's power cord can safely reach outside the container. Before you add any water or plants, just double-check all your connections are secure. It's much easier to fix things now than when it's full of water, believe me. Now let's chat about the most important part of the whole shebang, the nutrient solution. This is the special water I was telling you about earlier. Think of it as a perfectly balanced diet for your plants. Soil naturally contains minerals and nutrients, but since we're not using soil, we have to provide everything your plants need directly through the water. This magic potion contains all the essential macro and micronutrients, things like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and trace elements too. Without these, your plants simply won't grow, no matter how much water or sunshine they get. It's the lifeblood of your hydroponic garden, truly. Mixing this nutrient solution correctly is absolutely crucial, so listen up. You'll buy hydroponic nutrients usually as a 2-part or 3-part concentrate. Never, ever mix these concentrates together directly, as they can react and lock up nutrients. Always follow the instructions on the bottle to the letter. Typically you'll add part A to your water reservoir, stir it well, then add part B and stir again. If there's a part C, you'll add that last, stirring after each addition. Use your measuring jug for accuracy. Too strong a mix can burn the roots, and too weak won't feed them enough. It's a bit like making a good cup of precision matters for the best result. With your nutrient solution all mixed and ready in the reservoir, it's time to get your little green mates settled in. Your plants, probably young seedlings you've started separately or bought, will go into the net pots. You'll need your chosen growing medium, those clay pebbles, perlite, or cocoa coir. Gently place some medium in the bottom of a net pot, then carefully take your seedling, being ever so gentle with its roots, and place it in the pot. Add more growing medium around the roots to support the plant and hold it steady. The medium doesn't provide nutrients. Its job is purely to anchor the plant and allow good airflow to the roots. Once your seedling is snug in its net pot, you can place the pot into one of the holes you made in your container lid. The base of the net pot should be in contact with the nutrient solution, or the solution should be able to reach the roots via your pump and tubing system. For young seedlings, ensure the roots can easily access the water. Don't pack the growing medium too tightly. The roots need oxygen as well as water and nutrients. It's a delicate balance, but your plants will thank you for it. Treat them gently, and they'll soon be thriving in their new water-based home. It's a lovely sight to behold. Right, so your system is built, your plants are in, and the nutrient solution is flowing, smashing. But the job's not quite done. A bit of regular TLC is needed to keep things ticking over beautifully. One key task is to check your water level regularly. Plants drink, and water evaporates, especially on warm days. You'll need to top it up. Every week or two, it's also a good idea to completely change out the nutrient solution. This keeps it fresh, and ensures your plants are getting the right balance of food. An EC meter can help you check the strength of your nutrients, and a pH meter helps maintain the correct acidity. Keep a keen eye on your plants themselves. They're very good at telling you if something's not quite right. Look for any yellowing leaves, spots, or wilting. These can be signs of nutrient deficiencies, pH imbalances, or perhaps not enough light. Check the roots too. They should look healthy and white or light-colored. If they're slimy or brown, you might have a root rot issue often caused by not enough oxygen in the water. Regular observation is your best tool. Don't be afraid to tweak things. Gardening, in any form, is all about learning and adapting to what your plants need. It's a continuous conversation with nature. Don't be disheartened if you hit a few snags along the way, especially when you're starting out. Every gardener, myself included, has had their share of learning experiences. That's a polite way of saying mistakes. Hydroponics has its own little quirks, and it takes a bit of practice to get the hang of it. The important thing is to enjoy the process. There's a real sense of achievement in building your own system, and watching those plants flourish without a speck of soil in sight. Each little green shoot is a testament to your care and attention, and that's a truly wonderful feeling, isn't it? So stick with it, mate. And once you've mastered a basic system, who knows where it might lead. There are many different types of hydroponic setups to explore: deep water culture, nutrient film technique, drip systems, aeroponics. The world of soilless growing is vast and exciting. There are heaps of excellent books available, fantastic online forums where fellow enthusiasts share tips, and maybe even local gardening clubs with members dabbling in hydroponics. Keep learning, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep growing. The rewards, those fresh, homegrown flavors, are well worth the effort. Happy hydroponic gardening to you all.